a server, basically, when you look at everything. And I love to give, and I really love to make people feel good about themselves. And it made sense. I had done a little retail stint. I managed in retail, and took some time off, was a nanny. And at that time, it's like, what is going to satisfy me? What is going to make money? What is going to give me the opportunity to have my own schedule? Again, like I said, with my kids. And I don't know, it came back to that. And I love it. I've been very passionate about it. To stay with something for 21 years is
Yeah.
huge. I've owned the salon for 6 years now.
Okay.
Um, I had been at a little shop in Westerville for 5 years as a employee. And then I decided to do booth rent, try booth rental out, and the next step from there was to own. So I found the cute little spot here in Clintonville,
It is cute.
and it's been great. It's been great to be in a community, and I have 5 girls that do hair, a nail tech, to be able to give them something different too, because most salons you have to pay per month, where I do a daily rental fee basically. So and girls that don't want to work full time or don't want to, have to worry about that huge expense. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool. And you do
Yeah,
make us feel good.
no,
And
so
the
try to. I'm
question,
not a magician.
yeah, no, you do. I love going and catching up with you and everything. And I grew up in Clintonville. So I just remember the first time I went to your salon and I was like, Garden. Oh my gosh, I had a babysitter who lived
Yeah.
on Garden. Is that crazy? So I thought this is like, wow, this is really cool. And I always
Well,
miss Clintonville.
the cool thing too is that spot, the salon's been there for 70 years, and people still don't know it's there. So
Wow,
that was one of the things that drew me to it. That there's so much history there.
there
It's so
is.
cool.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there is. That's so cool. That's really
Yeah.
neat. Um, okay, let's see. Well, gosh, with everything happening right now, right? Um,
Mhm.
how are you doing and what are some things you're doing now, kind of in this pause that we have? Are there any projects or anything going on? And yeah.
Yeah. Um, One is definitely, God, um, focusing in on that and our faith, and just knowing that we're going to get through this. And, he's got our back. So that's been huge. And really pausing, and, I have my good days, I have my bad days. You can ask Chris and my kids. Like, I have days where I'm happy and great, and then I have days I'm sobbing and I'm in bed. Like, it's real. And it's getting through that, but just staying busy. We've been doing a lot of housework and stuff in the yard, and I've actually been cleaning and painting the salon. So when you all come in, you'll notice a couple little things, and just freshening up, just keeping busy, tasks that I've wanted to get to for years, and you don't have the time to do it. Like, we're all finding time, and we just have to learn to be present, and accept this gift, and just get back to little details, that pick up the guitar sometimes, because I haven't done that in a long time, and playing games with kids and doing puzzles and cooking a lot.
Yes. Yes.
You probably
Right?
would be happy with a lot of my
Yes,
choices,
exactly.
but it's way healthier than eating out every day, so you know
Exactly. I'm saving
um,
a ton of money too. Yeah, on that.
yeah, that and gas. I just
Gas.
filled my cup. It's been 4 weeks since I'd gotten gas. So,
I know.
but yeah, it's definitely trying to keep up with all you guys, the questions I have, and the talking people off ledges, and please don't cut your hair, or people are sending me video and pictures, and I got a couple texts this morning like, my eyebrows are out of control, or what do I do?
What
And
do
I
I
mean,
do?
which for me, I'm learning through this that I thrive on being able to help people. So when that's taken away from you, you struggle even more so. not that I'm not helping around here, the kids and Chris and stuff, but you guys bless me just as much as I bless you. So it's hard when I can't, I'm kind of a therapist, as you will.
Mm-hmm.
I listen and I do pray over you when you're in the chair. And I do, it's more of a personal connection than most jobs
Mm-hmm.
because, we have that
Gotcha.
quality time. It's like
Yeah.
a bartender. Like, I know all your deep, dark secrets.
Right, right. Because we just talked during that time, right?
And and people I've done for 20 years, so it's really hard. My little Eleanor that's 98 that I see every Saturday, like it's really hard not to see her and talk to her right
I bet.
now.
Yeah.
I checked in with her. But yeah, just I think this time too is good for all of us, especially with businesses, to really research marketing, anything that we can do to help grow our business when we do go back. What
Yeah.
can I do differently?
Do
What are
differently.
you,
Yeah.
yeah, what are you reading? What are you, there's so much information and we have so much time right now to, do a monthly social media calendar, try to schedule posts ahead that you haven't done before. Just little stuff like that. Ramp up the website.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you've noticed, like every Tuesday, well, try to do Tuesdays. I try to mass market email everybody to say, hey, I'm
Yeah.
here. Like, do you
I
need
appreciate that.
hair product? Do you need, me to talk you off the ledge? So, yeah, and then we lose track of time and binge watch Ozark
Netflix.
or something.
Yeah, right, 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 right.
So,
Yeah,
so,
that's great. That's
yeah,
super. Keeping busy. That's wonderful. Um,
fine.
yeah, yeah. How can well, I do want to get more into like what people are asking. Is there a way right now that we can help support you guys? Help support you
Um,
and
I've really struggled over this because at the beginning of this, we didn't, as every day, we don't know how long this is going to last.
mm-hmm,
We don't know if it's going to be in 2 weeks or a month or 2 months. We just don't know.
mm-hmm,
So at the beginning, people had been offering to buy gift certificates, and I was like, no, when we go back, I'm going to need the money more so then than I would now. But people want to bless you. I've had friends say, hey, I just want to send you money. And I'm like, okay, but I want to do something. Like, no, like, you're not getting it. And because I am so stubborn, but then it's like, you're taking away their blessing.
right.
So gift certificates are up on my website, on my booking site. And like it'll all even out. Like I really
Yeah,
believe that. Like, everything
yeah.
will be okay. It's not every single, 300 clients aren't buying gift certificates. Excuse me. It'll even out.
It will.
So I'm not worried. And I have had a couple people pay like they would have been here this week or last week, and they're like, I just want to pay you. So
Mm-hmm.
that's been really nice. And again, I'm stubborn. I don't want something for nothing, but God, God's really working on that in my heart too. Like
Yeah, yeah.
trying to bless you, and I'm pushing them to bless you. So don't ruin
Yeah,
it.
right, right. Let me do my thing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Um, I offered to buy retail. I don't push retail at the shop. You've noticed that. Like, I'm really lenient on now. I want you to use professional products, but I'm not one to be like, well, you have to have this and you have to have multiple pieces. But the people that do buy it and, you know, I'm able to do that. I think I have to, if it's available to order because
Mm-hmm.
they're limiting. They're not sending trucks to a lot of those local beauty supplies, stores that I need. So we'll
Mm-hmm.
see. But that's
Yeah,
something little. And, you know, there's other, yeah, just the support, checking in. That's huge too. Like we all need to check in on each other
right.
through this, and that's been great. People have been doing that too, and
I'm glad.
hey, just the encouragement. Being
Mm-hmm.
positive, and
Mm-hmm.
um, but yeah, we'll get through it.
Keeping the faith. Oh, that's good. That's good. And I do love the newsletters. No, seriously, that's been great. That's been great. So what, so what are some, like, what are the biggest concerns or things that you're getting from us, texts or emails or whatever, that you have to talk people off the ledge or give suggestions? We were talking earlier, I want you definitely, you were saying, like in my case with highlights, it's not much you can do there, but you had some great tips for people that have dark hair
Yeah,
or, yeah.
those of us, yeah, like you were saying, with highlights, it's hard. Like you can't put anything lighter in your hair unless it's a lightener. And only I should be doing that because as you've seen with a lot of videos, you can have orange hair, your hair can fall off. Like there's so
Right.
many reasons why we're like, please don't do your hair at
So
home.
don't put sun in my hair right here.
No.
Just kidding. I actually did that in the 80s.
A lot of people did that in the 80s. Lemon juice too, remember that? Um, but yeah, just for those of us, I tried to show you, but I don't know if people at home can see it, but like I have, where'd it go?
But
It won't do it. I have pretty white hair in there. So these headbands are fabulous. You can also use it as a mask.
true. True.
No, I mean, just for a quick little thing out. But these
Yeah.
have come in handy. I love these. These are from Nature Life. You can get those online. Emma had gotten me this for Christmas, and I've seen them around little boutiques and stuff. But they have like scrunchies and headbands. They're bandos. I love them because they're
Yeah.
thicker. You know, you can move them rather than the little headband. That's a good idea. Hats, of course. Braids, you know, a lot of time. Remember the old zigzag part that
Hmm.
we that would come in really handy right now.
There you go.
You start at the beginning and you do it back and you separate it. Eyeshadow, actually, if you're just wanting to like those, you know, that still have to go to work or are doing video conferences that, you know, a lot of like you can't tell that you need your hair done right now. You look fabulous.
Yeah, it's okay. It's hanging in there.
Got in there and went like that. Yeah. But
Yeah.
you know, mascara is great to cover up us darker shades. Like I said, eyeshadow. You know, I don't particularly like the sprays. You can buy root sprays, but
Hmm.
you can't put those, you know, with a brush, you can put exactly where you want it. So yeah, those are just a couple little tricks. Target, Sally's even, they do sell like little, I was gonna go buy, somebody didn't. I think they're like $10, but it's like a root powder kit. Don't buy color, do not buy color. It's literally like an eyeshadow for your hair.
Oh, cool.
So they do have, you know, different shades. But again, if you have eyeshadow at home, just kind of match your shade and use that. Please, I'm begging. No color. Cutting, I know there's a lot of you, I'm speaking to one right now, decides to cut
It's
their bangs. I know you when you sit in my chair. I know those of you that you do it all the time, and I can't, you know, but don't try to do your ends or you're gonna keep, there's a reason we, you know,
you
have
have
a license.
licenses.
Yeah, there's a reason, and there's a lot more than just, hey, snip it off. There's, you know, geometry and science and chemistry, and there's so much more to it than just, hey, I'm gonna
Sure.
put something on my head and cut my, you know, and scissors. Like if you don't have the right scissors, let me tell you, I'm gonna have a whole mess to fix,
Hmm.
you know. So just please tell people not to do it.
And why? I'm always curious because I've heard this whole time from all the hairdressers out there I know or whatever. Why box color? Like what? Because of the timing of it. I've never used it because I always do highlights, but I know some people that, like some in my family that do it. I don't know.
I mean, I had family that used to do it.
Yeah.
It's mass produced. One, you know, for us, your formula is pretty easy for me. But I have clients that I will mix multiple shades to get your color. Where when you're buying that box, it's one color. You don't know what the developer is. That's why a lot of times people turn way red or orange or yellow. The other thing, and I think even more important than that, is that if you do that box color, and I don't know what you've used because I don't know what's in there because it's mass produced, when I go to put my professional color on that, it can have a crazy reaction that either you'll be too dark or your hair will fall out. Like, I mean, it's real. And we're not just saying this to scare people, it's
Yeah,
real.
it's a
A
real.
lot of times I can't get that color to move. And even if it's a semi-permanent, demi-permanent, like, I don't know what's in that box as you don't. And you could buy 3 of those same boxes and it not be the same color.
Oh, okay.
So
Okay.
that's bigger because, you know, we
Awesome.
have different developers, we have different timing, we have different, you know, like I have my friends that are have no pigment in their hair, white, gray. There's specific formulas that I have to use, and I taught for Schwarzkopf, which is the color line I use for years. I taught all over Ohio, so there it's really, there's a lot more to it. You can't just, hey, let's buy a box. One of the other things that really worries me, I know people are like, well, I get Madison Reed, blah, blah, blah. Well, I call up and they'll tell me my formula. Okay, great. Some of those are fine. But again, you keep doing that, it's going to still not react appropriately with what I'm using.
Oh, I didn't think about that. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, whereas, okay, I know your hair pulls warm. They don't know that. You know, when you
Mm-hmm.
call or you have the box color, they don't know that. So that's something else that takes it even further with us. Like, I know some people are going to pull really, not normally, people do not pull ashy, but there are some people. But for the most part, majority of people pull warm, and a lot of those colors, even the basic neutral color, are warm anyway, where mine aren't. Like, mine are true, you know, we could go to art class, you know, yellow, red, blue, the primary colors, whatever. But there's more to it.
Mm-hmm.
So please don't do it. And, you know, timing with bleach, like, okay, try bleach, but
I'm
you're
a
going
too
to be
scared.
orange or your hair's going to fall out.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, and I'm
Very
not saying,
interesting.
yeah, it is. It's just, there's so much more to it. And again, we have a license for a reason. We've put this time in and the education in, as you have with your degree. You know, are
Mm-hmm.
you going to try to do something that your doctor should be doing? No. You
Right.
know,
Yeah.
cutting I can fix, but please don't do it.
But yeah, right, right. Yeah.
Like, I'm not available right now to fix your orange or red hair. Or
Right.
if your hair, you know,
Right.
that, and those are extremes, but that's why, you know, and a lot of people, I follow some groups on online, salon specific groups, and well, we're doing you know, color retouch kits and dropping them off on the porches. I'm sorry, but I can't, as a
Yeah.
professional, do that. Like, I know people are trying to do what they can, but once that color comes out of the tube, it starts reacting, it starts oxidizing. So whether I put it in a container or not, you know, and most of them, until you add it to the developer, it doesn't do, but there's still a time frame that they have to be used. And if I'm dropping it off at your house, or let's say your scalp's irritated today because of your stress, you have eczema or psoriasis or whatever, and you get a reaction, I'm liable for that.
Mm-hmm.
I can
Yeah.
get sued. So I'm not doing it. Like, it's
Mm-hmm.
not worth me losing my license over. As much as I love you guys and I appreciate everyone, like, hey, here's an idea to make some money
Yeah.
or do this, I can't do it. And I have 200 some people that, you know, okay, if it's this and this, but then that means bull, you know, I can't do it. And we're all in this together. I'm growing mine out too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I've seen people posting, we're in this together.
Yeah, we are. Like, show me your roots. Even though it's called regrowth, roots are under the scalp. It's not
Yeah.
real.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's more to it, and
Yeah.
we're gonna get through this.
Oh
You know,
yeah. Hopefully sooner than later. also.
Absolutely. And
Yeah.
if you try to do it, I'm going to have to charge you more to fix what you've done than what I would
Yeah.
initially just to cover up what you have. So
Yeah.
I don't know.
I know.
It's
No, that's awesome. I love it because I often talk about the science of nutrition, and sometimes people love it and the brain and everything too. Some people like glaze over, and other people are like, "Oh yeah, that's awesome." So
I know.
I personally love the science behind stuff, and I've even way before this, I've always been interested in the science of the hair color. Never
Mhm.
looked into it, never really asked, but I always thought that would be like my jam. I'd be
Oh,
really
exactly. I'll be happy to talk to you about that all day
yeah,
long.
just really interesting how all that works. Yeah.
Mhm.
Maybe that
Yeah.
comes from having a dad who was a science teacher too,
Oh,
kind of growing up.
absolutely.
Yeah, kind of growing up that way. Um, let's see. Anything else that you would want to um, there's a lot of positives coming out of this as well.
Mhm.
Um, oh, you did mention, you're watching the updates from the governor
Mhm.
daily to see, kind of get the pulse of what's going on
Absolutely. I
about
know
reopening.
the business side of things that he has formed a business board basically. Some like Cameron Mitchell's on it, Mike Brooks from down home, that's Rocky Boots. Like there's a lot of people that are invested in discussing what the protocol will be when we can reopen. It's going to look different. They've talked about that. They talk about that every day. It's just hopefully we'll be able to go back soon, but it'll be for the salon specifically, like we'll have a sanitization, when you walk in, here's your thing. And if we have to be within guidelines of wearing the mask, and you're not going to be able to bring your kids in, or someone has to stay in the car with them, and we'll have to limit the amount of people, you can't come unless you are getting your hair done. Like I don't know I have an idea of what that's going to look like, but I'm not quite positive because I think I was saying that the scalp holds a lot of bacteria. Like we are at risk, we are a higher risk than most because we are in such close proximity.
Right.
you know I don't know if we'll be able to do waxing. I would think we could because, I'll have a mask on and it's going to be really fun.
Right.
We'll have the most beautiful masks and
There you
we won't
go.
have to on our hair. But so, yeah, I don't know yet what that's going to look like. Like I said, I have an idea. We've already been, I've been really cleaning and sanitizing, and we're good anyway because, state board comes in all the time, and we already have strict laws
Yeah, that's
that
great.
we have to abide by anyway. Now this is gonna, it's like you're walking in a restaurant kitchen, like it has to be immaculate or
Right.
they can
Yeah.
shut you down.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it'll be interesting. I hope it's
Mm-hmm.
soon. But and it's gonna look like this for a while. They've talked about that, like the vaccine maybe in 18 months, maybe.
Right.
But yeah, they've been good about, one of the big things, us being self-employed, was the unemployment. Like for those of you listening, next week we can start the application, and then probably a month from now we maybe will see our money. It's a long process, and just be patient. Like I've had to really learn to be patient, and
Yeah.
they're learning as much as we are. Like they're trying to ramp up their end of things, and
Can you
the
imagine all that you have to have in place for all this?
it's
I
great.
know.
And then, yeah, they're just something quick. They were saying that the system was built in 2004. It's not a cloud system that we have now. Their normal staffing is like 32 people because of unemployment being so low. They said in the last 3 weeks, I think they've had more file for unemployment than they have in 2 years.
2 years,
So
I
they're
heard
trying
that.
to ramp all that up, and they have to,
Mhm.
train those people, and the loans that they've offered for us, like nobody knows anything. We all kind of learn the information at the same time. So let's, just be positive, help each other out. Again, we're all in this together. It's
Mhm.
coming.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
Let's get back
It's,
to work.
I think it's just the, I think it's the, I think we all know we're coming out of this. It's
Yeah.
the timing of it that's still the day by day, week by week thing. Yeah.
Yeah.
You know,
And that's kind of like, it would be great if they could say, hey, May 1st, we're done,
right.
this is the protocol. And I kind of feel like they may be getting there.
Mm-hmm.
So that May appointment that you have,
I'm
hopefully
praying. You know,
I'm praying.
it was a couple weeks ago when I got that text from you. I got a text from you setting the appointment in Moo Moo Car Wash saying we're reopened. And I was like, yes,
That's good to know.
yes, there, you can't like dry your car and everything, but you can drive it through and you're not, and I thought, oh my gosh, there was just this ray of hope. I got these two texts in one day. It was 2 Mondays ago. And I thought, oh, thank you. It was just a little breath of fresh air.
Well, and that's why I think you said it, hope for, you know, the day that we can go back to the new, it's going to be a new normal.
New
It's not going
normal.
to, but there's a deeper thing going on here. I
Totally.
believe
Yeah.
that.
I,
And, it's kind of refreshing in a sense that, yeah, it's stressful but it takes away, like, me personally, finances have been my biggest demon in my whole life.
mm-hmm.
And at this time, and I'm thankful for Chris, my fiance, because he's very positive and but I'm like, no, this is not going to defeat me.
That's right. That's
And
right.
in fact, been preparing, like, okay, what will this look like now? Like, make sure you have a tax account, make sure you have a savings account, like, all these little things that you're like, oh, I'll get to that Sunday. But it's not going to define me, it's not going to defeat me. And, it's like, ha, in your face, devil.
That's right.
That's
Seriously.
kind of a good lesson to learn. So,
Yeah, I firmly believe that we're going to come out of this stronger and
yeah.
better and yeah, take
And
off.
hopefully keep, like, game night and make sure we do all sit down and have dinner with each other because that time's precious. And, you and I, growing up, like, we did that every night. Like, that was huge. So, what are we going to take away from this?
Mm-hmm.
The positives that are going to push us to keep us going. So
That's
I don't
right.
know.
Create some new healthy habits and
Absolutely.
um,
Eating habits.
eating habits, but
Back at
also
home.
new ways of spending our time, like you said, like game night even, or you know, maybe reading together or whatever. Just there's just more time
Well,
to
and the
be with
cooking,
people.
like, just to support what you're doing, like, that's huge. And, we've had discussion after discussion about that, but I love to cook.
Yeah,
And I have been trying new recipes and, trying to do it frugally, like trying to, it is cheaper and you know exactly what's going in it. And, yeah, we're eating more, but we're losing weight. So, hello.
there you go.
Until you open the wine and the champagne.
Right, right, right. Which, yeah, I hear a lot of wine stories lately, and I get it. Woo, I
Yeah.
do. Well, that's awesome. Well, I learned a lot. I appreciate it so much. And yeah, thank you so much for everything.
Thanks for having me on. This
You're
was
welcome. And if people have questions or want to get a hold of you, or how can they contact you?
Oh, absolutely. My email is ERIN period salon12@gmail. They can text me 614-313-8947, as well as Facebook message me. I'm available.
Yeah,
If I don't get right back to you, I will.
yeah,
We're painting. I have to finish up some stuff at the shop, and we're starting to paint here at the house. So,
yeah. You had the
yeah.
paint on your fingers. Yeah,
Oh,
you
it's
were telling me. Yeah.
yeah. It's not hair color. It's paint now.
Right, right, right,
We're covered with hair color.
right. That's
But
awesome. Well,
thank you.
thank you so much. Thank you, and have a good rest of your week. And I'll be in touch. I will see you.
Sounds good. Thanks, Amy.
Okay, thanks, Erin.
Bye.
Bye.